This is Salty Believer Unscripted. I'm your host, Josiah Walker.
And I'm Brian Catherman.
Salty Believer Unscripted exists to help you along your Christian journey. Along those lines, I want to talk today about community and social media. I can't think of a better marriage than those two things coming together.
Is that because social media is supposed to be social?
Well, it is us. Yeah, I mean, it's to draw us together and help us live in community and not feel like we're alone.
Can we please at least say the obvious? We're on YouTube. We're also doing podcasts.
We're on a YouTube community. We're part of the podcast community.
This might even end up on Facebook or something. Don't we have a Facebook thing?
I've heard rumors.
There's a Salty Believer Facebook thing.
I think so. Hey, so the reason I'm bringing this up is at the time of this recording, it is the Friday after Thanksgiving. We've spent our Black Friday here in the Salty Believer Unscripted Studios in Phelps County, Nebraska, recording podcasts. And over the Thanksgiving holiday, I came to visit you and spend some time with your family. And as we were watching TV, we saw the same commercial over.
Oh, I hate when you're streaming.
And over.
I think it was in every commercial break.
And over again.
Yep.
And over.
I bet our listeners, if they were here with us, they have seen it.
You might know what I'm talking about.
A month later.
It's for a social media platform.
Yeah. It's
called Facebook.
Okay, so I have it. So the YouTube viewers can see part of it on the screen. We don't have all the technology.
Yet another reason to watch us on YouTube.
We have a YouTube channel at SaltyBeliever.com. Find that. Go to SaltyBeliever.com. Find the
YouTube
channel called SaltyBeliever.com and check it out. Okay, but here's the deal. We don't have all the cool technology set up to make the whole the thing fill up the whole space. But the commercial is called Home for the Holidays.
We're not even going to play the audio, right?
No, because we don't know if we have the rights for that. But it plays like a Dylan, Johnny Cash song.
Yeah.
That's great. The girl from the North Country is the song.
Okay.
It's a great commercial. And this thing like grabs your...
You know what's going to make this commercial even better is if we just played it in silence and then you and I narrated the events happening for our listeners.
Yeah. So let me do this. So I want to hit play on this thing.
Home for the Holidays.
You can't hear it if you're audio only and you can barely see it, but we're going to talk through it. So it opens up. Light music is playing.
It's Thanksgiving.
Woman looks. Anybody else going to be home for Thanksgiving? She posts on Facebook.
Oh, this guy's on the bus.
He's looking back to the glory days of high school. He likes the post.
Football. Oh, here's an event.
Public Thanksgiving Eve party. He sees a girl he used to date in high school. It looks like. Oh,
now they're out.
I was hoping I'd see you. He says to her, and then they're so happy. And
look at this guy.
Friends. He's rehashing the glory days in real life.
A little connection goes a long way, they say.
Facebook from Meta.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our...
So I want to talk about this commercial because I have it just about memorized now.
Because we've seen it 150 times.
At least. First things first, I think it's interesting that Facebook had to come out with a commercial. That tells me that Facebook is not as prominent today as it used to be. I remember when MySpace was a thing. And I had my top 5 friends.
Oh, yeah.
And then I remember when Facebook was huge. Maybe it's still huge in smaller communities like this. In Salt Lake City, I feel like a lot of the people at my church aren't on Facebook as much as they used to be.
I got off Facebook other than just to connect with the people in Holdridge and pay attention to when the movies are and the things. I mean, I would like to be off it.
But I've noticed, especially as you've been working through a social media experience here in Holdridge, and I've been working through my own issues with doom scrolling and trying to get away from my phone, how often our phones really become barriers that divide us between one another.
Yeah, is the commercial real?
Right.
Do you think people would use social media today to connect them, or would they just... The guy shows up. Okay, so one of the things that happens, a guy shows up at his house, gets off some business trip or something. There's nobody in his home.
Yeah, he's all alone.
Looking around, he's all alone, so he decides to drop into some friend party or something. Everyone's like, hey, and they're hugging each other or doing whatever. What's more likely? He just starts the doom scroll at home.
On the couch by himself while they're cooking dinner.
You know, that's probably more likely, right? Sure. I think our listeners would probably agree.
Oftentimes when we go out, I know when I'm at someone's house and they're talking or doing something that I just end up on my phone. It buzzes.
Everybody's
so I get trapped
out at the party all on their phone.
Exactly. So,
do you believe the commercial?
Well, this is going to come as a shock to many of our listeners, but I'm concerned that there might be some false advertising in what we've just seen on TV. I don't feel like social media really causes us to have community or really brings us into community. I think it makes us think we are. You know, when I'm sitting at home alone and I'm looking at what my friends are doing, I feel like I'm a part of what they're doing. But the reality is I'm just jealous and envious, and we always just put our best self out there.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like it makes me more depressed.
Well, so here's what's crazy. We've talked about my social media experience here. I had this little experiment that I did. Started it in Utah before I moved. I had like 5,000 friends from years of being on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I set some rules.
You had how many friends?
Almost 5,000, because like I had to like occasionally unfriend people so more people could come on.
I don't even know. Could you even name all 5,000
not
people
at all.
that you were connected
What was
with?
happening was a few things happened. I was planting a church. Lots of mission teams came out. So all those people that were supporting us and the mission teams would come out and they'd connect with me. And then I was
These are connections.
plugged in then with the Southern Baptist Convention. Now I'm in EFCA, and I could have met all these new EFCA people, but people would just find me, connect. Then I went to a seminary, met a bunch of people. Then I went to, I was on Facebook since it was the Facebook,
inception
and you had
of
to
it,
go to be like in college, right?
Yeah.
So it just kept building and building and building. And I realized I don't know any of these people. I'm not seeing the people that I know. I'm seeing advertisements and suggested for use, and then a bunch of people like, what is this thing? So I set some rules, and on those rules, I just started stripping down. And the first bout of rules that I put together were like, do I physically know this person? Do I know who they are? If I look at their picture, I don't even know who that is.
Right.
Even if I might have met him once or twice, I might not remember. Do I know that person's name? Do I know this person?
Yeah.
That was question number 1. Just that.
Fair.
Question number 2 was, is there anything about this person, knowing this person, that I need to be in contact with? That I want to stay in I mean, there were people that, I know this person, but I have zero reason. And so those were the only 2 parameters initially. And I deleted thousands of people. It took days.
Myself included.
Well, no, that wasn't in the first round.
Oh, okay.
And so then I was looking through, and I still had 300 or 400 people, right? And so 500 people. I don't even know. Like a bunch of people still. I'm like, okay, I know those people. I went to school with those people. Why do I need to connect with them on this app? Mm-hmm. Like,
That's
why do
the question.
if I look at this phone, why do I need to connect with the people that I kind of didn't know in high school? I know that person, but I don't need to. And then why do I need to pay attention to what that person's doing in his or her life? Literally almost 50.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to pay attention to high school friends or that person.
Well,
and
with 5,000 people, you're not seeing everything anyways.
No,
let's just be
not
honest
even
here.
all. But even when I stripped all that down to like 300, it was like 300 or 400. And then I moved, got into Holdridge, and went, I actually don't want to connect with Josiah, my friend, via this app. I'll just text him.
Yeah.
Hey, I text this person. So then I decided I'm only going to use Facebook to connect with the people in the town where I live, which is a town of 5,000 people. And I'm going to use it as a pastor to help me with my job. Also, can't figure out if the trash guy is going to come on the holiday or not, because he still posts on Facebook. The movies are advertised. In the town where I live, Facebook is still a means by
So if
which.
it's a helpful tool, use it.
So I decided if they don't live in Holdridge or in this immediate Nebraska area tied to my ministry, if I'm gonna connect with them, I'm gonna connect with them in real life. So I unfriended Josiah Walker. I unfriended lots of people that I have great relationships with, and I text them and talk to them on the phone.
And that's what is really spurred this on for me is the combination of you and I kind of being defriended or being unfriended on Facebook by you, combined with the commercial. Is at first when you defriended me, I thought, well, we do this podcast together. Are we not actually friends? Are we not official friends? Like, how am I going to be connected? We don't even live
what would
near each other.
Define me as an official friend? I need something.
All right, we don't have friendship bracelets. How does this work? And I still want to be involved in your life and see what you're doing. And so I felt a little hurt and a little wounded because society says that this is how you create community.
Yeah, the funny thing is I text you more pictures than I post in real life.
So as we've gone through this experiment together, I've noticed more and more, like, we have more of a genuine friendship through text and phone calls because you're actually calling me with the things that matter to you and are important to you.
Yep.
The other day you went out deer hunting and you sent me a picture of the deer that you shot. I don't know if you posted that on Facebook.
I posted a little more limited, like, hey, look, I'm doing this thing. Here's a thing.
But I felt more connected to you having those conversations. And I think that's what we're truly missing out on is true connections, true community. I'm all about building better habits. And so I'm watching videos on YouTube all the time about better habits, better disciplines. And a guy was saying on there once of just putting your phone down when you're around other people.
Yep.
I did something. Brian, this was super difficult for me, and I thought I was going to die. I left my house, and I left my phone at my house the other day. I was gone for about 3 hours. I went to the mall. I was with my wife. She had her phone in case there was an emergency. But
you know
noticed...
what else you can do in an emergency? You can't use a payphone.
No.
But you could probably walk into any one of those stores and ask somebody if they had a cell phone.
Most likely. Or somebody, nearby has a phone. It was interesting to me. We had pulled out of the driveway. We were driving down the street. We weren't even out of the neighborhood yet. And I found myself wanting to reach for my phone.
Yep.
Because that's what I do instinctively, just out of habit.
Because we're just killing time. We don't want to be bored. We're unwilling to do this. So the problem with the commercial that started this whole thing is it's still selling us a false hope. If I have this, I can connect with my old high school fling. Yeah. If I have this, all the high school buddies will get back together and we'll all on Thanksgiving
relive the glory days.
I'll show back up to my house, and even though I'm alone in my house, I'll know where all the parties are.
Yeah.
The truth, though, is while that's the dream that we want from social media, the reason you feel so alone is you see other people going, look, I'm at a party, or look at this, or what. I mean, it had benefit at one point in time, and now it owns us.
Yeah. No, I feel like I'm a slave to my phone, and I felt more freedom not having my phone and just being away from it. And I feel like I experienced more of the world around me that day.
Yeah.
And then here's the real kicker. When I got home, let me tell you what I missed.
Right.
Absolutely nothing.
Junk.
Right? I mean, maybe a spam email. That's it.
I deleted my Twitter account. I deleted my Instagram account. I deleted my LinkedIn account. I use YouTube because without YouTube, I wouldn't know how to fix my car. Because, I need the how-to videos. Or I wouldn't know how to, I did butcher my deer, and there were some helpful YouTube videos. And that, to me, was me going, I need to learn something. But I guess you could probably, can you death scroll YouTube videos? You can. You do the shorts and stuff.
No, here's this is really shameful and really embarrassing. I realized, just being in the car with my wife, how often we just both sit there in silence as she's driving and I'm looking at my phone.
Yeah.
And I found myself reconnecting with my wife and having conversations with my wife because I had my phone.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened when I changed up Facebook, because I kept going to Facebook and there was nothing there. And then I kept wanting to find stuff. Now, I still bring my phone out of the dinner table, and I hate that. But usually it's because we're talking about something. We're like, that's a weird question. We should Google it. We should figure that out right now. We should look at what... And even that becomes a distraction.
Yeah.
So what does all this have to do? We're talking about this Facebook social media question. What does all this have to do with knowing, living, and proclaiming the Word of God? Or what does this have to do with the Christian walk? Who cares? The world does this. Christians do this. Christians are not that much different than the world on this at all. So what's the big deal?
So here's the big deal that I think oftentimes we miss or we overlook. So oftentimes our phones, and just kind of doom scrolling or being entrapped by them, enslaved by them, keeps us from, one, experiencing true community with other believers.
Absolutely.
Engaging in conversation.
Yep.
But I also think it prevents us from going out and having conversations with lost people and sharing the gospel with others, because it makes us feel depressed and alone because we're not at the party. We're not at the deer hunt. We're not whatever.
Don't measure up.
We don't measure up. Our life isn't as perfect as, the folks down the street.
Yep.
Or our best friends. And so we end up not sharing the gospel, not because we're not out and about with our phones down, but because we're too depressed and sad to go out of the house.
I agree with you. I want to add another layer to that. I think we're losing the ability to know how to chat with people.
Sure.
I think we're losing the ability to know how to talk to a stranger without it being weird. Yeah. I think we're losing the ability to do those things like you're talking about. In fact, I was talking with the youth pastor here, and he was struggling because he's discovered that young people have zero clue how to talk to each other. But then when they break up into small groups, they segregate their groups. So it's just the men go, like small group time.
Okay.
So all the small groups are boys, girls.
Yeah.
He's like, he noticed the room. Boys on one side, girls on the other. And he went, they don't know how to talk to each other at all because their integration is all social media and tech stuff. They don't know how to just be in a room and actually talk to each other. And so no wonder they don't know how to date, don't know how to walk through these things, don't know how to do any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And so I thought, man, that's really profound. So he's starting to mix the groups up a couple times. Instead of it being groups segregated, say, by gender for small group, it's segregated by grade. So the seniors the juniors, whatever.
Yeah, because high school kids are dealing with different issues than junior high kids.
Sure. So you have other
100%.
reasons to talk, but I started thinking about that not just with them, but with adults.
Yeah.
It's no wonder the adults don't know how to chat with people, don't know how to have a real community, don't know how to. Because
we're lazy as adults. Like, I don't feel like I need to go join a midweek Bible study if I'm connected with everyone on Facebook. I don't feel alone.
But here's the problem. That's the lie. Are you connected with everyone?
No.
Here, let's use this podcast. So you got YouTube thing, you got podcasts. People are hearing us talk. We're not hearing them talk.
Correct.
We don't even know who's listening. We get they're just a number half the time. Unless they email us or unless they talk to us in real life. This is us talking at them through social media.
And that's what we do with Instagram. And we put so much effort into framing just the right picture. And we probably spend 30 minutes?
Don't even. Look at this sticker right here. So the people who are listening don't get to see this, but we have this YouTube camera. And there's a sticker on this side. There's another sticker on the other side. Could I turn it around?
Sure.
So audio listeners, facing the camera is the Redeeming Life, I Love My Church sticker.
Yes.
The other side is what?
It's the Chicago Bulls. Because Michael Jordan was the greatest NBA player of all time.
Before we hit record, you were turning your cup around like, I better turn this around because I don't want the Chicago
I do want them to come to the
Bulls
church if they listen to the podcast. I want to remind them of Redeeming Life Church.
If
However,
they live in the Bountiful area. We had some product placement apparently going on. Sorry, go ahead.
But my point is this. That took me just a couple seconds.
That's true.
But sometimes we'll frame everything just right. I want to put my Bible out and I want everyone to see everything.
My life is.
And then I heard somebody say the other day, people look at your Instagram picture for 1.2 seconds on average.
If that. If you have an Instagram
before
picture.
they move on to the next thing.
Because you're just zipping through.
Yeah.
And how much do you care about? I mean, like, it's so shallow.
Right.
No wonder right now in our society, people don't know how to have an intelligent conversation where they disagree with one another. Yeah. No wonder it's just, I'm in this tribe, you better be in my tribe, you better be in whatever. No wonder there's all these things that are playing out as we've sort of put that persona out there, which is like this Facebook commercial.
Yeah.
This will make you feel really great about your life, and then you'll want to have community. And so now they're advertising to try to get people sucked back into that. The truth be told, the only people that are really super longing for that kind of community are their grandmas who don't get to see the pictures of their kids because it's hard to send pictures of your kids to grandmas or whatever that might be, or because we don't remember to call them. Why don't we start calling, and I'm guilty of this too, why don't we start calling our family more and sending them pictures more and forgetting, here's to everybody. Isn't this so great? Here's you know what, when I was young, they used to do these Christmas letters. I don't know if anybody, did that ever happen?
I don't think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think you were just at the point where like email and stuff.
Yeah.
So it got popular for a season to write a letter, make it look pretty, type it up,
print
it, and then mail the same this is my Christmas update letter.
Yep.
So you get 5,
my uncle
6, 7,
did that.
Yep, here's what's going on, because he didn't have Facebook to keep up with. And it was like, this is all the best stuff. So one year my wife and I made this super over the top ridiculous letter as a joke.
Okay.
Sent it out to all of our loved ones.
Okay.
And the people who really took those things really seriously got kind of offended. Like, this is the very thing that keeps me informed of who you are and what you're doing. And we're like, if you don't know anything about our life except for the one time you get the letter, the one Christmas letter,
then are we truly friends?
To everyone,
are we truly connected?
Like, we either need to do more.
Yeah.
So I have a buddy, served in the Army with him. He still to this day will write postcards and send postcards to his friends.
Yeah.
It's awesome because they're individualized and, hey, here's a thing or whatever. We don't do any of this anymore.
Right.
So again, back to Christian community. We've actually taught Christians, just like the world, how to live in this world that doesn't.
But we need to be different from the world.
We
separate
need to have
from the world.
Real community.
Yeah. Genuine.
So what do?
I think you have a party. You send a postcard to everybody, invite them over and have a Bible study like it's 1996. Put everyone's phone in a bowl.
You call them on. Everybody. Yeah, well, so the youth actually have to put all their phones in this little thing if they can't keep it in their pocket. But if it comes out, it's got to go away. But like, call some people and invite some people and do some things. This is hard because we're using this cool social media tool, YouTube. We're using the podcast apps to at least put this information out. But the truth is, I have never been really happier not looking at my phone all the time to see what's going on in the world. I have to look for it and figure it out. And
it's just not. It kind of reminds me of growing up in high school when we didn't have phones. You couldn't check your pager to see what was going on all the time if you even had a pager, because you only got one phone number. You had to call them back.
Yep.
Right.
And the only reason you knew where all your friends were in elementary school was you went to the house where all the bikes were at, right?
That's exactly right.
So
I think that's what Facebook's trying to tap into, which tells us we've got, if Facebook, of all people, is trying to get you to use Facebook for that purpose, we got to figure this out.
If they're trying to sell you community, you know that there's something wrong there.
Yeah, they're selling you community.
Invite your wife out to dinner.
There
Throw your phones in the glove box. Enjoy a meal together. Talk to each other, just like it was your first date 20 years ago. I want to leave our listeners with this verse as we kind of wrap up here today. It's from Matthew 18, verse 20. It says, "For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, I am there also." Until next time.
Thanks for listening. Find more resources at SaltyBeliever.com.